Howdy folks, Danny with BullDogSmithFarms back with another episode of Good News Daily with Danny. And we got a lot of good news going on.
We are live at Blade Show.
We have got, some cool things going on that you may have heard of, maybe you hadn't, but I like to tell good news. And I'm going to start off with something from the Trump administration that is a really big deal. And people who've not been in trucking, traveling the country, probably, maybe it doesn't hit you quite the same. But I want to tell you about this and tell you this is a big deal. It really is a big deal. So the President Trump and Trump administration Secretary Duffy host vets at White House to promote new Freedom Haulers campaign to put more American patriots behind the wheel of big rigs. Now, so this is on several levels here. All right, you've got getting illegals off the road. They've taken, what did I hear? Around the high 20s, almost 30,000 drivers off the road that were here illegal driver's license, given it to them legally by the states, but they can't legally just hand out CDLs. A CDL is not a state driver's license, and not a CDLA isn't. It's for driving over the road across the country. That makes it a federal driver's license. If you are just going to drive in your state, you can have a Class B, but you cannot have, or C, but you cannot have a Class A CDL without taking the proper test, doing the right road training, and all of that. Well, you have to be able to speak English to take these tests, because you got to be able to read road signs for one thing. All right. It takes 3 months to go through truck driving school. They put us Americans through a lot to get a CDL. Because there's safety on the road for you, for all the other people on the road, for how to tie a load, it goes in depth. And I'm a smart guy. I passed tests easily. I had to really work. Now, I was top in my class. I can't stand to not be. And I aced everything. But still, I had to really work for that. And so these states like California and Illinois and stuff are just handing them out like candy to people that can't even speak English. And then they're getting out here on the road and doing stupid stuff like the one in Florida, making a U-turn across like the turnpike or something, killed 3 people. That ain't the only one. There's been at least, a dozen of them since then. So the Trump administration has been getting them off the road. How they got by with DOT? Because, man, look, they aggravated us to death trying to take money out of our pocket every week. Non-stop, man. You couldn't make one tiny mistake. But these guys are out there driving all over the country and nobody's catching them at way stations and stuff. Nobody. They're all making it past every way station every single time. Tens of thousands of them. Come on, guys. The government helps the government. And it ain't got nothing to do with me and you. And that's the problem with the country right now. But look, this is awesome news. Getting illegals off the road. They've taken about 30,000 licenses and got 30,000 more. It was something like 28 and 29. But right there around 60,000 so far, they've gotten off the road. Come on, man. And drivers hadn't been able to get jobs out here, ain't making a living, all that, because they're paying these guys less money. These big, giant trucking companies, they're all in cahoots with that mess. So your little guy, little owner-operator, maybe he's got 2 or 3 trucks. You know, guy that maybe he's got 10 trucks now. We got one right across the road that does that. And a couple, one down the road that way, and one down there in Scottsboro. We got a bunch of them around here that just own a few trucks, right? And maybe we call it a small fleet, 10, 15 trucks, right? Those guys have a hard road to hoe trying to make a living. And drivers out there have a hard time. You're away from home all the time. 24/7, you're away from home all the time. That's a big sacrifice. And then on top of that, you've got to be on your toes all the time for DOT. Yet these people are out there driving, they can't even speak English. Come on now. So there's something up with that, right? Well, the Trump administration has been working on that. Hey, look, guys, I understand not liking Donald Trump. I don't really even like Donald Trump. Many things I don't like about him. I sure do like a lot of things he's been doing. And you got to get past hating somebody so much that you can't just see any good that they do. You know, when it was Barack Obama, I had to overlook all kinds of stuff. And once in a while go, you know, I think that's a pretty good thing he's doing. Now, 90% of what he did has got us where we are. Illegals. Who opened the floodgates? Barack Obama. Who opened the floodgates to all these people coming from the Middle East and North Africa and all over Africa to Europe? That was Barack Obama. The world's in all turned upside down because Barack Obama caused terrible problems in the Middle East and then said, you got to accept these people. So I get being against somebody. I get just not liking somebody. I don't like Donald Trump. A lot of his demeanor and stuff I could do without. Matter of fact, I didn't vote for him the first time because of that stuff. Lying about people, calling people names, you know. But at the same time, I got to go. Many of the things I've wanted to be done all my life that Republicans promised to do and Democrats promised to do when they were lying never got done, and they've got done now. You got to be able to see the forest for the trees, right? So getting them off the road. Now, this thing is made to make it as easy as possible for veterans to go from driving in the military or even not driving in the military, but through a little different route, right? To being truck drivers on the road. If you could drive that big old truck in the military, you can't drive that semi on the road. It's the same thing, y'all. So up to now, see, an illegal could come in the country and bam, get a license, a CDL license. And a veteran gets out of the military after being over in Iraq or something, Afghanistan or whatever, and have to go to 3 months of truck driving school. Come on, man. We can't do better than that. These are the people who signed on the line that said, all the way up to my life. I'm putting that on line for y'all. And we can't do them no better than that. I've said since I was in the military, why don't we train our military for a real job? But why don't we just train people in general out here for the real jobs that are available, that are out there, that people need people? Instead, we bring them from India. And Donald Trump's been part of that. And he loves that. See, I don't like that about him. See? Now he's not talking about that because people like me, people like some of y'all said, no, we don't want that. he actually kind of listens. He might still believe it. As a business person, he might still be like, no, I need them people. How about this? Donald Trump, I don't care who you are. How about this? How about we make training school and make it easy and make people be able to afford to go, like working people that got to pay the bills every month until they get out of the school. How about we make it possible for them instead of bringing people from other countries over here and paying them twice as much as what our people are making? And that's been happening, y'all. But young people over here can't find a job. Meanwhile, we're just shipping people in here and paying them double and letting them be on welfare at the same time. Ask me how I know. I will tell you some stories. People that are here and they've been given free loans, free business loans, zero interest business loans, zero taxes for set amount of years. Guess what they do when the amount of years comes up? They transfer it to an uncle or a nephew or a brother. And the cycle just goes. They never pay interest and don't pay taxes. And they will be the owners of the business in your town and be down there at the welfare office and on Medicaid. And you can't get none of that. And no training for sure. No free loans. No, none of that for American citizens. We do that for other people that we haul in here. So, praise the Lord, and thank you, Donald Trump, for stopping this illegal immigration. Today, what just happened today? Pouring across the border over into Spain. Tens of thousands. They just elected a communist. He's a socialist. And they just pouring in there. He just made 1.5 million of him illegal. So tens of thousands of more flooded on the border from Morocco. And guess what that means? They can travel anywhere within the European Union freely. It's an invasion, y'all. And Barack Obama largely started that. He definitely amped it up. There was all kind of stuff going on wrong, including with Republicans before that, but he opened the spigot, y'all. So we've got illegals pouring into countries. It's to destroy the West. But Donald Trump's done something about it here, y'all. That is good news. He's done something about illegal immigration. Is that not good news? That is some good news daily with Danny.